My name is Denis Horgan. I'm the Executive Director of the European Alliance for Personalised Medicine. So our work package is Work Package 9. It's on communication, dissemination and policy. So we need, the purpose of the work package is communication, dissemination and policy, which has a really strategic importance because we need policy change. And how do you create policy change? You need communication, and you need dissemination, and you also need stakeholder alignment. So the role of our work package is to align between the different stakeholders. So you have multiple stakeholders in the area, which have multiple perspectives. You have the patient organizations, you have the medical professionals, you have the regulators, you have the payers, you have the industry, and you have also scientists. And all the different partners or stakeholders want to bring personalized cancer medicine into healthcare systems. But one needs to have an alignment between all their different perspectives to ensure the regulators and policymakers can develop the regulation and frameworks to support and facilitate how they can collaborate together to ensure that personalized cancer medicine gets into healthcare systems. For example, liquid biopsy is a technology which is the focus. How can this be standardized across the European region so this can be brought into healthcare systems? From a capacity level, from a technical level, from an organizational level, from a scientific level, but also from a sustainability in terms of how this can be reimbursed. Similar with molecular tumor boards, how can they be standardized across different regions? So if we need to form a molecular tumor board between, for example, Italy and Germany, or Germany and Sweden, how can that be done? So the same framework must apply. So how the molecular tumor boards are organized must be similar. So then they would facilitate interaction. But also one needs to take account then specifically of rare diseases or pediatric cancers. So then where it's very specialized, well, we don't have, no one country has all the expertise. So one needs collaboration between the different countries, how this can be done in practice. And this is really specific in the rare disease area, where Europe has done really tremendous work, and you have different joint actions on this to facilitate it, like Jane. So really the role of the work package then is to facilitate a collaboration, cooperation through the stakeholder coordination group, and from there develop policy recommendations that can really support the European Union or national level or organizations facilitating personalized cancer medicine with the support of the patients and working very closely with them. I mean, the technology is there. The main issue is tackling this implementation gap. Because you have this inequity across Europe where different patients are getting treated differently. So one has to see, okay, how we can allocate resources in a more uniform way so that patients are treated and diagnosed in similar ways, but in an optimal way, so the patient's the best outcome. So this is really the issue that we have. It's not really per se a technical issue anymore. It's really an organizational issue, a resource issue, and a framework to support sustainability and reimbursement in the area. Well, SPARC, as the name suggests, is bringing a spark to personalized cancer medicine. It wants to have a bottom-up and top-down approach, working very closely with the Joint Action on Personalised Cancer Medicine, which Science Sano is leading. And then SPARC is bringing all together all the different stakeholders from bottom up and saying, okay, what are the key challenges in the area, but what are the opportunities for collaboration and cooperation? So then the regulators and policymakers and member states can understand what are the key issues that the stakeholders say, from the patient organizations, from the medical professionals, from the clinicians, from the researchers, from the industry, and from the payers, how best we can work together and to facilitate bringing this innovation into healthcare systems. So the stakeholder coordination group is a governance group we're setting up to facilitate interaction between the different stakeholders. So we have 6 groups of stakeholders that we will bring together, and we'll have 6 in that stakeholder group. We'll have the clinicians, we'll have the researchers, we'll have the payer organizations, we'll have industry, we'll have, of course, the patient organizations, and then policymakers. And from there, we want to bring each grouping that have a common interest to bring personalized cancer medicine, but they have different perspectives and how they can do this. So we want to ensure cross-fertilization between the different stakeholders, and then develop a consensus how we can bring their expertise to shape a policy framework that the European Commission can discuss through the joint action with the member states to best facilitate a collaboration around this. In addition, we'll have a stakeholder forum that will be the civil society aspect of this. So once a year, we'll have the stakeholder forum that will allow an interaction between the different stakeholders. UPM, University Polytechnic de Madrid, is a coordinator of SPARC, so we work very closely with them, and the Joint Action for Personalised Cancer Medicine, which is Science Center, plus the European Commission, plus the different agencies such as EMA, to best facilitate this activity together.